Hey, good morning, everybody. How is it going out there? Brady, Bruce, Brent, it is lovely to see you guys here. Everybody who is watching, make sure you send a little chat saying who you are, where you're from. Maybe this week, let's all say what our favorite trail is. I don't know. That'd be fun. We'll just switch it up. Maybe I'm going to try to do that this year. As we go forward to get some sort of comment every week, just to get you guys engaged because it's super fun. I like to see you guys, see where you're from, all that good stuff. So I know where Brant and Brady and Bruce are from, but I don't know what their favorite trails are. So Roger heard what's happening. Eric, Brian, what is going down? It is a gorgeous morning in Western Colorado. It has cooled back off. It was actually almost, I think it was 80 degrees in Delta, 5280 James. There's my mom. I love you, mama. I know my dad is watching too. I love you, Dad. Gary M., what's happening? Haven't seen you in a bit. Neil, Rock Me Amadeus, what's going on? John Fuquay, Kelly Pate, how is everybody doing today? Let's see. Let's get this thing started officially. There we go. All right, guys, welcome to the Gospel of Two Wheels, number 176, where the coffee's hot, the bikes are fast, and your comments, thankfully, are hilariously ridiculous. Robert Boucher finally made it after 2 weeks missed. Sadly, Christopher Lumbus. Good to have you here. Oh, yeah, Brady Metter is in Florida. How's that going? Have you seen any alligators? Mike Barnato, Motomoto. Brant McFarland, does not matter what your favorite trail is. What I'm asking, guys, if you're just joining us, is to comment your favorite trail. Doesn't matter, whatever your favorite trail is. Mike Coles, after watching 5 Miles of Hell, I'll never even try. Mike Coles, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as I made it look that day. Man, I swear, I felt like I did a lot of that easier and better on my 650. But the Crux. I've done it. I've gone up that route on the Crux before with no issues. Well, always dabbing, but like I could not. I don't know, man. I gotta do some work. Good morning, Wooded Adventures from Alabama, uh, Kentucky, Indiana. Kevin Trimmy, what's happening? How come all the ads on the vids are male enhancement or hemorrhoid cream? It just is what it is, man. And they know what my they know what my fans need. Good morning, John Head. How's it going, dude? I haven't talked to you in a while. Um, Mojave Mike coming in from Vegas. Bruce Kennedy, we are in the beep show weather here. 2 days of rain, 3 inches of snow by tonight. Can only dream of riding it. Like it is so nice here because, like I said, last weekend it was like 80 in Delta, and now it's nice. It's like at the highs of like 60. It's so good. Um, the uh, the Oh, there you go. Mike Coles, if you're says to Brady, if you're in Daytona area, hit him up for some craft suds. That would be awesome. Let's see. Brant McFarland, Slick Rock, right on in Moab. Great trail. Super, super fun. Chris Kinberg, what's happening? There's my dad. Hi, Scott Bradley. I love you, bud. Um, let's see. Beautiful, cool, and sunny in Oklahoma. Nice. Good to hear. Yeah, it is wonderful here. Thursday night ride tonight is going to be really good. It did rain earlier this week, like just a little bit, so I don't think it's going to still be like epic traction or anything like that, but it should be good. Maybe a little bit less dust, maybe. That'd be awesome. No Pro, what's happening, Wes? Block and tackle from Crested Butte, says Mike Barnato. I love that trail too. So guys, if you're new, if you're just joining us, we're all commenting our favorite trail. Block and tackle is one of the glorious ones. Absolutely. I think I'm going to go with Fossil Ridge in the same area, Taylor Park, Crested Butte area. I think Fossil Ridge is probably it's right up there. I've ridden a lot of trails I really, really like. That is one of my favorite. 7 Mile Gulch and Prescott. Nice, Roger Heard. Good morning, Tony. How's it going? And dude named Eric, Star Trail is brilliant trail. If you haven't done that one, highly recommend that. That's also in the Taylor Park area. There you go. Bruce Kennedy, 3,800 miles of single track, hard to narrow down. Fair enough, dude. Brady is actually okay. Mark the time and date. Brady Metter agreed with me that Fossil is rad. Can't say I have a favorite trail yet. A lot of fun. San Rafael Swell a month ago. Devil's Racetrack. I want to do the Devil's Racetrack. We rode the Red Trail after we rode 5 miles of hell, and honestly, not that great. It was not that good. Um, the It's sad, but I cannot think of one trail in particular, says Eric Bryan. That's the thing. If you've ridden a lot of trails, it's really hard. And me saying Fossil, uh, the reason that one sticks out is because that was my first really hard trail to ride. I rode it by myself on a TTR 230. Um, my first dirt bike ever. I had no idea what I was doing, and I crashed and picked and lifted and pushed my bike up that thing like you can't even believe. Um, I mean, it was, oh my gosh, it was out of hand, and I made it, and so there's a big accomplishment there. And then also, it is part of the Death March every year, so yeah, I just and then the view is like crazy. Uh, Brady says Eric was scared we were gonna die in the woods on Fossil. That's awesome. Um, yeah, Jimmy Nyhart, sadly East Coasters can't name a trail. Fair enough. I'm sure you have one that is special in your heart. Ted King been at since 5 a.m. right on. Snow last night in Central Kansas. Ugh. Yeah, it's the sun is coming out. It's been kind of gray the last couple days, which has been kind of nice. Kept it nice and cool. Um, the Bruce Kennedy, I clear that cliff on a TW 200. I want to just clear the cliff on my 300. That was just it's whatever. I just am not good at that, like launching from slow up big stuff. Like, yeah, that's something I really need to work on. It's definitely got my um, attention. I'm gonna really work on that stuff. Um, any trail that doesn't have a funeral procession at the end, that's awesome. Nate Creek Ridgeway, nice. Nate is so good, Neil. That is so good. Um, the loop to the Sugar Shack is pretty rad as well. Yep, all that stuff in uh, South Dakota is so fun. I wish, and I think you meant behind the Sugar Shack, not Betty the Sugar Shack, but behind the Sugar Shack. That is super fun, and they don't have names on anything either up there. Bruce, so the angle of approach looked like the culprit. It says on this. So we're please keep telling me your favorite trails. But we're talking about 5 miles of hell. If you guys haven't watched that video, which that video is getting a ton of views, which is awesome. The thing that makes it hard, I'm not going to say the problem, because obviously lots of people clear it and do it super buttery, smooth, and clean. So it's me, it's my thing. But what makes it hard for me is that it is kind of even hard to tell from that video, is that everything's off cambered this way. So you're not hitting it straight. It's like you're hitting it. Let's see if I can do it. You're hitting it like this, and it wants to throw you this way. And Ryan, if you watch the actual video, not just that little montage of all the crashes, Ryan, who made it and did a great job, he went further left and like on the even steeper part, and he just got this awesome drive and went right up it. But it looks like to the right looks better because it's a little more laid down, and you'd like, okay, yeah, that's going to work. But it just sucks you into getting knocked to the right. Anyway, whatever. I got to work on it. Mount Tilton from Taylor Pass. Oh, so Mount Tilton is so good. Ted King, just get a Jado to launch. That would be awesome. Oh, John Head comes in with Odds Trail near Chimney Rock is good too. Zach did it with some help, and like he did make it, but it wasn't buttery like Ryan. Like Zach crashed and then gotten going and whatever. And like no disrespect to Zach, because he did it better than the rest of us who didn't make it. But Ryan had the line that was like the line. Like Ryan's line was so good, and it just like it's what it should have been for all of us. Excuse me. Yeah. So anyway, that was awesome, guys. I highly recommend it. Mike Cole says he's not going to try it, but I say absolutely go with friends. that route off to the side that I did is really not bad. I was happy that I made it with no help whatsoever. The and so did everybody else. I think everybody else that went that way didn't get any help. They just were able to just ride up that little ramp. And that's not a gimme. Like you got to go over, pivot, and then like come up this thing. And if you fall to the left, it's not going to be awesome. So, I mean, it's definitely not as cool or as aesthetic as going up that left line. Which anyway. So now I have redemption. I got to get back at it. Of course, now it's going to get way too hot out there. I'm probably not going to go back out to the swell till the fall because it's going to be 80, 90 degrees out there very, very soon. So what other questions do you guys have today, this morning on this lovely show? I didn't get any questions from last night because I didn't get that posted until way too late in the day. I don't think. Let me make sure. Da, da. Where are you guys all riding this weekend? Let me know where you guys are riding this weekend. Let's see. Yeah. So anyway, we don't have any questions from the one. Any bites on the home sale? Bruce Kennedy, not yet because I don't know. I don't know if anybody's talked to Leslie. I think a couple of people said they were gonna tell their friends or whatever. I don't know. But technically the house is not listed yet. I got to take all of this down, which is sad, tonight. But then we're close to getting the house ready. Like the rest of the house is pretty decluttered and ready for photos. It will be, we'll probably have it. We should, the photographer's coming next Tuesday or Wednesday. Anyway, whatever. So next week it's going to be listed, and I can't imagine it's going to take long because there's just no houses for sale around here. So 5280 is going to Penrose. I got to go there. Looks good. Hope to take the family camping to Rabbit Valley. Ooh, right on. No, bro. If anyone had tell us about how long did Keith Tribby asking about tennis elbow. I've never really had it, so I don't know. Let's see. Are you doing a Thursday night ride before Ride the World in Montrose? Neil, I think I will be. I gotta talk to my wife. That is like right when we're closing on another house. Let's see. And right after the race in Farmington. So I don't know. Kelly Pate, electric mini motorbikes. Thoughts? I think they're awesome. My kids started on Ossets. I really, really, really like those bikes. I know the Stasics are even better for younger kids, but I think they're rad. Eric Bryant stuck in bed with a back injury. That sucks, dude. I am super sorry about that. Heal up. Get ready. You got to, are you going to make it out in April next month? I hope you do. Roger Hurd's riding somewhere in Prescott. Nice. That's awesome, dude. Mena, Arkansas has some nice rating. Oh, sweet. Right on, Brant McFarland. Cool. I've never ridden in Arkansas. I need to do that. My brother lives in Arkansas. Let's see. No Pro has tennis elbow, and he says lasts for a few months now. Gary M, right on, coming into Montrose for a month. Sweet. Are you going to come to the Ride the World, Gary? You should definitely stop in. It's not worth the drive. Yeah, well, I'm not going to drive to Arkansas from here just for that. That's not happening. Excuse me. But if I'm down there visiting or something like that, maybe ride. Bryce Davis, Penrose is like a small dry creek with less flowing trails. Yeah, that's what it looks like. That, and then I know Rodrigo at Rocky Mountain Way Extreme, and I know he's near there, his little ranch, and I want to go ride some of his stuff. There you go. No Pro says, Kevin, I think you need deep tissue massage, ice, and ibuprofen for the elbow. There we go. Tennis, like I've never really had tennis elbow. I've had some other like tendon issues in the past, and they suck. They take forever to get over. Right on. Jimmy Nyhart says, working on a hair scramble event trail. Old grumpy landowner yells at us until he gets some liquid cheer in him. Yes. Do you just bring beer or liquor? That would be awesome. And just drop it. That would be so cool. Oh, my allergies are killing me. It is springtime, and for some reason they're getting me this year. It's ugh. So What else is going on, guys? Also, hey, if you're watching this thing and you're having fun, make sure you back out of the chat, hit the thumbs up, and come right back into the chat. That'd be awesome. Bruce Kennedy, he says, wait till you're 65 and have arthritis. I've already got arthritis. That's part of why my hip had to be replaced. I can't imagine when I'm 65, but whatever. I'd rather do all of this than, stare at a computer screen all day. I throw a bush light at a bar. That's awesome, Jimmy. Roger Hurd comes in with the best comment yet. Quit playing tennis and ride a dirt bike. The Matt Andreas Rocky Mountain Way makes Penrose look like a baby's playground. Yeah. But from your videos, it looks way, 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 way harder. But I just want to check it out. I'm going to suffer there because obviously I'm not that good at the really technical stuff, but I need to get better. Kevin Tribby. I'm sorry. I was calling you Keith Tribby. I'm sorry, Kevin. Anyway, the term tennis elbow is so degrading. That's awesome. Yes. Brady Metter says Eric's back hurts because he's from riding around on his boat. Oh, that is awesome. And it could be Eric, Brian, from your boat, from sitting down and bouncing around through the waves all day. Kelly Pate, gas, KTM, Husky, electric bikes is what I meant. Seeing that the races that are needed to be picked up before the end. Oh, gotcha, Kelly. So yeah, those things. I mean, I think they're cool for kids to learn. They're not working, obviously, for racing. They can't make a full race. I still think the little mini electric bikes are cool for kids, especially kids who live in more urban areas. You can ride around in parks and things like that if the park will let you, but without making a bunch of noise. Also, if you have like the Osset bikes are super cool because it's a trials bike. So if you have even just a yard, they can sit there and practice figure eights and wheelies and things like that. As far as that stuff, for a race bike, dude, just like the big bikes, they are not ready to be race bikes. Let's see. TENS unit were good for his knee. Oh, right. On Chris Kinberg talking about tendon things. So those TENS units, they like shoot magic into your body. Kevin, should we call it maturation elbow? Then that's awesome. I like throttle elbow. That's good. Bruce Kennedy. So Brady Bruce is asking Brady, did the bike get fixed yet? He sort of fixed it. He took the aftermarket ECU off, put the normal ECU back on, and it runs fine. Now, what we don't know is if he were to put a pipe and yank the reeds out of the other one, if that other ECU would work yet. And so I haven't made a report on it yet. I'm waiting for Brady to buy a pipe and yank those reeds and then let us know if it works. Because I still think he might have got a bad unit because I just can't imagine the exhaust and reeds making it run that bad with the ECU. Maybe it definitely could, but anyway. So I'm excited to know. But that's why I haven't made a video. Off-topic question here from Eric. When you had shore power installed in your van, did they install an inverter? If so, which one did they install? No, Eric, they didn't. My shore power right now is just to be able to plug in and light up some plugs while it doesn't do anything to the battery. It doesn't do any of that stuff. So it is just for camping and running the generator or plugging into power at a campground where I want to be able to plug lights in, heaters in, things like that. Nothing crazy. Also, like it's going to be like for races, like if we're working late at night on somebody's bike, be able to run the generator, plug lights in, plug power tools in, charge power to all that stuff. So I do not have an inverter. Eric says, I slipped off the front of the boat and landed on my back on the trip. Oh, Eric, Brian, I'm sorry to be laughing, but that is funny. Let's see. Isn't a cut extension cord the same thing as a tens? Yes, Kevin Tribby. You can just put the thing. That's awesome. That AC 110 volts of AC current is great for tendons. Let's see. Brady, I need one for gas. Good luck on the GoFundMe. You guys are so awesome. Oh, what adventures! So, guys, if you're watching this later and you need to make sure you turn on or watch the live comments because I can't read all of this. It's hilarious right now. It's really, really good. You guys are awesome. What other questions you guys have? A bunch of you guys on here. Not a ton of likes. Make sure you give us the thumbs up as you're doing this. Also, if you're watching later, hi, by the way, if you're watching later, make sure you comment what your favorite trail is also. And make sure you give us a thumbs up. It really does help. If you're new here, you're like, what the heck is this? This is kind of fun. Maybe subscribe to the channel. That'd be super rad. Yeah, Roger Hurd carries his own battery for his power. He's got a 40s unit in his head. FMF keeps posting back the date for the next batch of pipes from RM. Dude, the FMF, Kevin, is whatever. They're so far behind. Jimmy Nyhart, just your luck. You plan a 2,000-mile road trip when petrol is at a 10-year high. Nice work. But you better be here, dude. I don't care if you got to take out a HELOC. You better make it. Bruce Kennedy, that is awesome. He said the tens unit is not good for ED. Don't ask me how I know. So good. What other questions you guys have about dirt bikes or about, whatever life? I don't care. How is everybody's parts availability? Like man, I'm so sorry. We're able to get some things like better than we have been, but like nitro mousses are terrible. There's lots of other ones. There you go, Chris Kinberg. Tell all those people to give likes. I got 31 likes here on my screen. Let's see. D&T Adventures got a buddy having trouble. Bike dies, then hard to start. New plug makes it run for a while. 13,300 Husaberg, low compression. What is good compression? D&T. That's a great question. Could be low compression. It sounds like it's fouling a plug, so let's go. Compression should be 180, 175, something like that. So check that ish. And that's like fresh. I mean, it should run down to like 140, 150 without any problems. Crash Hard, what's happening, man? But the other thing to check is your stator D&T. I had a 13, a 12 KTM, which is the same as that bike. And I lost a stator eventually. It took a while. I had a lot of hours on that thing. But I'm guessing you could have a lot of hours because it's a 13. And it would do sort of the same thing and not start, and then kick, and I'd be kicking it because I took the electric start off because it failed all the time. Kick, fine, and I ride it, and eventually it just died. It ended up being a stator. So I would check that because that's what can happen is if that stator is not producing enough juice for spark and the spark's not hot enough, it'll foul plugs basically. So check that. Crash Hard Enduro, ask favorite trails. It's funny. So you're just showing up. We were just discussing that earlier. One of my favorite trails is Fossil Ridge in the Taylor Park, Crested Butte, Gunnison area. Let's see. Jimmy and I had 419 up there. Well, that's cute. 419 is it's getting higher than that here. We're talking about gas prices too. Diesel's out of hand. Diesel. My buddy, a friend of mine, was in California picking up a van. Long story. It's the factory beta van for Morgan Tankey, and in his truck in California, it took $240 to fill it up with diesel. Let's see. My favorite on the front range is Jack's to Pipeline to Rosa. Right? Oh, I haven't ridden that. That's awesome. Favorite so far might be Horseshoe, though I haven't been riding that long. Haven't ridden a ton of trails. Yeah, Horseshoe is awesome. Crash Hard, super good. What it is, still waiting on a CDI for a KTM bike with 5 hours. Oh, that sucks. What? Why did it need a CDI, Wooded? Tell us that story on a bike with 5 hours. That sucks. Um, Ted King, leak down tests are almost impossible to do on a two-stroke. I mean, well, that's not true. You can test the crank seals and all that stuff, but when you're blowing, I don't know. I've actually blown crank seals out with a leak down test on two strokes. Personally, the four strokes leak down test is definitely the way to go. But on two strokes, I like compression test, gets you close, and then check the other stuff. Let's see, Nate. I do not know how to pronounce your last name, Nate. Question from Denver. Have a KDX my son rides. Rear brake keeps overheating and locking up. I rebuilt caliper, master cylinder, replaced the rear brake line. Still locking up after an hour or so. Did you check your rotor? Make sure the rotor's not. I'm guessing you did since you replaced all that other stuff. But I would check that and then make sure it has plenty of free play, and that the pivot is working. Let's see, but we work more on smokes and street bikes. Ted King. Oh, sorry. Hold on. What did Ted? And like I said, a leak down test is good, but if you put 100 pounds in, I mean, you can dial it down. Like I said, you can blow out the crank seals and stuff like that. But it works okay. But for me, with two strokes, it's quick. Either compression is good or not, and then move on, because there's no valves. Like, you're not checking for leaky valves and things like that. And crank seals, I got any question at all, you might as well just replace them because it's easy. Recall on the 2022 125XC. That sucks a lot. How much would we pay if there wasn't any available? Always could be worse. Right on, Jimmy. Talking about gas prices for sure. Gary, I picked a good time to do a trip around the country. It's out of hand. Calico. People coming in with Calico Trail as one of their favorites. That's awesome. The Crash Hard, yes, absolutely. You got to do a leak down on a four stroke. It's really hard to do compression. It doesn't make much sense. Let's see. Bruce Kennedy, maybe some knowledge of parts that can be used on many different brands would be nice, since some companies are having issues supplying. If you learn that, share with us. Right on. For sure. If there's something, definitely, we'll let you know. Chris Kinberg, 100 octane avgas is $539, 91 is $551. That's ridiculous. Avgas has actually always been not that terribly expensive. Yes, James Tully, the best trail ever has no name, and I can't recall where it exactly is. I love it. Patrick Beatty, diesel is a joke here in Northern California. $639. That's ridiculous. Brant McFarland asking if the master cylinders are releasing pressure. Yeah, and that has to do with like free play on the pedal, the rear brake. Like, because if you don't have enough free play on the pedal, I think it's your rear brake. Anyway, it can like when you push down and come back up, it won't release all the way. So that's a good one. And Roger Hurd, I think, is definitely hit a nail on the head with check brake lever height. Make sure he's not just holding his foot on it, because he could just be dragging it a little bit. Matt Andreas, grinding still look gnarly. That thing looks like such high consequence, man. Some of those places. I love it. Jimmy Neihart, when my grandkids dump my ashes in the trash, I want them to say he lived with no fugs given. I love it, dude. That's what I'm saying, 100%. Doug Sommerfield, what's happening, man? Your suspension should be getting to you very, very soon. The Ted King. Oh, 4 strokes. CRFs. Yeah, right on. Gotcha. Mom, 419 for 87 in Oklahoma. That's high, because Oklahoma generally has super low gas prices normally, because it's an oil state. Like growing up there, I still remember, sub $1 gas in Oklahoma when I was 16. So, Nate, yeah, good luck. Hope that works out for you guys. What other questions, guys? Any other questions for the show? Who all here is coming to Ride the World? I know my boy Jimmy Neihart is coming. Do I need a starting capacitor hooked up to start my 18 FE 350 with a dead battery if I have a jumper battery? I don't know if you might need the capacitor for it to run. If the battery's all the way dead, you can hook the jumper battery up to it. It'll run with the jumper battery. But as soon as you unhook the jumper battery, it might die because of the way they run their system. So but the battery's going to have to be all the way dead. So if the old battery is like dead, won't take any charge at all, then yeah, you probably need a capacitor. 5280 James, good to see you. The Yak Crash are so good. Neil in, I love it. See, I need to drop for work. Plan on seeing tonight. Yes, right on. No pro. And tonight the ride Peach Valley going to do a little bit longer, faster, harder ride. I think like not fast, but I want to do a bigger loop. So my kids are not here; they're on spring break. So yeah. Anyway, Bryce Davis, I love it. Gary M is going to be there. Roger, I love it. Nate says Wooded says check the kid's position on the bike boots. Yeah, for sure. Yes, Tony Andrews is not that Jeremy Cummин. I'm sure he is. Bruce Kinney said, would like your opinion of the backup capacitor option should the battery die out in the woods. Bruce, I think that is a necessity. And on my new bike that is coming, if it doesn't, it's an XC, so it should have it in there. If it doesn't, I'm putting it in 100%. The Matt Andreas, punk rock, tacos, rock and roll. Gary M, we can get you hooked up with a rear tire. Yeah, Thomas, the diesel is definitely the budget up. James Tully, the Deets is April 21 through 24. Peach Valley, Ride the World. It's going to be super, super awesome. So yeah, it's going to be rad. We're going to camp north of Peach Valley, out on Peach Valley Road, north of the actual big parking lot, and it's going to be awesome. Bruce Kennedy, glad you like the Force AT. Tony Andrews, NTJ. I love it. Guys, it's a little after 8. I got a boogie. We've got lots of work to do. It's springtime in the Rockies. So I love you guys so much. I desperately hope that you get out and spread the gospel of two wheels. And as always, hold on, back up. Punk Rock Club, I love you. Thank you guys for sticking around to the end. As always, I hope that what we're doing here at Highland Cycles is inspiring you guys to work on, but more importantly, get out and ride your dirt bikes.